All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the We Book It podcast. Let's start the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the We Book It podcast. This is your Tuesday night delight. That's right. We are talking about who's next with NXT. That's right. NXT show tonight featured the ladies. That's right. NXT was all about the ladies tonight. We had a NXT women's triple threat match for the NXT women's championship featuring Sol Ruca, Zarina, as well as the champion Jacy Jayne. We also have other matches, primarily all focused on the women of NXT tonight. It was all about the women, and they were doing their thing, but it wasn't fully all about the women. Why? Because it was also about Booker T. They were in Houston, Texas tonight, and it was Booker T Appreciation Night. So, like I said, they wanted to do something special for Booker T. Let's get right into the action, though. Do me a favor, make sure that you guys, if you're watching this and you haven't already, you like, share, and subscribe so that you never miss any action here on NXT. Now, with that being said, the night started out surprisingly. Well, first and foremost, the show opens with showing Booker T arrive in his Cybertruck, and then after that, we have a three-way match for the NXT Women's Championship. That's right, a three-way match for the NXT Women's Championship. The match started out with all three of these women filling each other out. Zarina was the one to start being the aggressor as she came in, hit a hanging sleeper on Ruca into the turnbuckles. Then Jacy tries to break it up and fails, but then Sol fights out, and then Jayne nails her with the knee that sends her to the floor. After that, Zarina tries to hit a swinging back suplex. Then Ruca comes back in and she breaks up the pin. That was Zarina was trying to win the title off of that. This match definitely went back and forth. It was a bang up contest, honestly, between these women. It was them basically showing you what they're capable of in a match like this. I like the fact that you saw a lot of interaction between Zarina and Sol Ruca, where they both seemed like at each point they were going to take that NXT Women's Championship off of Jacy Jayne. However, they both would eventually fail to do so. Jayne got the upper hand with the help of her fatal influence team members that would come in and get into the match. Like I said, but there's nothing new there. It almost seems as if, though, in order to win that NXT Women's Championship, Sol Ruca and Zarina are going to have to work together, which is hilarious considering they broke themselves up as a team and they've been fighting against each other ever since. Both of them want to be NXT Women's Champion, but both of them also, hate each other too. So they're stopping each other from winning that championship at the same time. So very, 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 how do I put it? It's just a very, very interesting match. I do not think these guys are done with each other. Jacy Jayne won this match with a pinfall. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of Jacy Jayne and Faye and her team, all of them. I'm over it. Like I said, I'm over it. I don't know. I don't really know what you do with Jacy Jayne. Like I said, I mean, you can give her a shot maybe on the main roster, but I'm kind of over it. I'm over her having the NXT Women's Championship. I'm over her, being, in a spot that I don't think that she necessarily needed to be in. But we'll see. We'll see. We trust Shawn Michaels, right? We trust him the most out of anybody that books wrestling, right? All right, so Jacy Jayne won that match by pinfall. After that, we come back from commercial break, and Wren Sinclair and Kendall Gray are chatting when Birthright rolls up. Then Sinclair asks Charlie Dempsey what the hell is up and why he's ghosting her, and he says she's found somebody more on her level and shrugs and walks off. After that, Lola Vice rolls up to wish them luck and says Kendall is a badass like she is, but nobody's stopping her from winning the NXT Women's Championship at Stand and Deliver. After that, the camera pans over and shows Ricky Saints walking backstage, and that sends us to break. We come back from commercial break, and absolute Ricky Saints makes his entrance, and then he gets on the mic. He says nothing can dampen his spirits because the real main event is standing before you. And even in the 3-hour drive from Austin in traffic, he wasn't bothered at all because things are looking up, and he and All Ego, Ethan Page, are back on the same page because they are great pivoters. They pivot. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Ricky Saints, I don't know if he's trying too hard in NXT, but it's just not as smooth as it was when he was in AEW. I don't know. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with it. I mean, like I said, I really do think he's a good heel. I think the Rock comparisons are kind of starting to get to him a little bit, and I think he's trying to show, what he can do. Anyways, back to the action. We got last week they beat Joe Hendry and Miles Bourne because they're a great tag team, and he'd love to point out that he was thinking about tag team names. What about the Slump Busters? And if their boys, the Vanity Project, weren't tag team champs, they'd be in the tag tournament, but they're focused on singles gold, and the roster is safe. Next thing you know, enter in All Ego, Ethan Page. He likes the tag name. He was thinking Bounce Back Boys, but Saints forgot something. Ricky says it's okay. He's back in NXT Men's North American Championship contention, and Ethan says he wants that stage. Saints tells him to go ahead and call out Miles Bourne, but All Ego doesn't want to be North American champion again, but he does want to be a two-time champion. And boom, there it is. Ricky Saints sputters about this not being what they had planned. And then enter, say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. That's right, Joe Hendry appears. He says he hates to get in the way of this little tiff, but Ethan has some good points about doing things Ricky can't do. And sure, it involves smashing his face into the title, but it left him with the sense that maybe Saints doesn't want the title much as bad as he thinks. All Ego says they won't let Hendry troll them, but then Joe continues. He accuses Ricky of clinging to Ethan to cover for his failures. He can't win the title back. He can't play guitar, and he certainly can't sing. And now that he thinks about it, didn't they fight each other at Stand and Deliver? And maybe that's the correct solution to the problem now, to let them figure it out themselves. Right? Well, listen, y'all, let's just be clear. This is all leading to a triple threat match at Stand and Deliver. Make no mistake about it. It's happening. Saints reminds Ethan he won that match. All Ego reminds him he went on to win the North American Championship a little while later. They posture up like they're going to fight, but they just attack Joe Hendry together. Hendry nails them with a double lariat and then a fallaway slam for both of them. Joe poses, and then Tony D'Angelo wipes him out of nowhere. He lays Page and Saints out too, and Tony D stands tall. There is another man that is in the fire now. That's right. Tony D is going after that NXT championship. His revamped character that definitely, I think, will bode well for him when he is eventually sent up to the main roster. Worked really well here. He's like that black shadow that just keeps appearing, keeps coming. And again, it's something that I'm loving to see. I mean, like I said, the Don was great. The Don character was great for what it was, but it couldn't get him out of NXT. This new lone, almost dare say lone wolf character, a la, Baron Corbin, really, really works for him. And he's been doing a damn good job with this character. So after that, we go backstage with the Birthright and William Regal and Fit Finley. Regal says they got to win the tag team tournament, and Robert Stone then rolls up. Regal takes Stone aside to talk to him in private and says he thinks he's doing an excellent job as interim GM. He's trying new things and injecting poison into NXT, and he wants to go and try to convince Heartbreak Man Shawn Michaels to make it permanent. After this, we go to Los Americanos with their entrance, and that will send us into break. So the next match is Los Americanos and the Vanity Project going up against each other. This match honestly was a cluster. There's too many people in this match for me. I think, like I said, there was a lot of action in the match. The Los Americanos do end up winning by pinfall with a loaded running headbutt from El Grande Americano Nuevo on Ricky Smokes. Like I said, all in all, there's a lot of action, high flying, a lot of good movement. But to me, I don't like tag matches like this where they get convoluted. It's too many people in there, too much going on at once, and they try to hurry up and rush the match. But again, all in all, pretty decent match. Next up, we had Elio LaFleur meeting with Robert Stone when Sean Legacy on crutches walks in and Eli Knight come in together. Legacy informs Stone that he got hurt in their match last week, and Robert tells Eli he has to find a partner or they forfeit. Eli steps up and offers to team with him, and Stone makes it official. Next up, we see Sol Ruca, and she says she needs TV time to talk to Zarya and get some things off her chest. After that, we go to break. Back from break, Vic Joseph is no longer at the commentary booth. That's right. It's time for the main event of the night. It's time for the Booker T celebration and appreciation night. Vic Joseph, who has worked with Booker T now for I think almost 2 years in NXT, puts Booker over and gives his credentials and gives him a big introduction to get up from the announce desk and come into the ring. Vic says it's been 3 years actually since they've been working together, and their first day together said his legacy wasn't championships won. It was moments for these fans and earning the respect of his peers. Then after that, we get a thank you Booker T video package featuring folks like Shawn Michaels, Jasper Troy, Joe Hendry, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jacy Jayne, Stephanie Vaquer, Trick Williams, The Miz, The Usos, Roxanne Perez. Next up, Vic Joseph acknowledges Booker T's family in the ring and some of his trainees in the crowd and gives him a plaque officially commemorating Booker T Appreciation Night. T gets on the mic and thanks everybody, and then enter in Keanu Carver. He says, "Shut up," and I'm talking a lot before telling Booker T he doesn't deserve a celebration. The ROW guys in the crowd jump in the barricade, and Keanu cuts them all down before giving Booker T about 10 seconds to get out of the ring. His two students in the ring attack Carver at the point and get thrown out of the ring. And then next thing you know, Jasper Troy comes in and he makes the save. He sends Keanu out of the ring with a lariat, and referees and ROW guys manage to control him and get him back as Troy and Booker embrace in the ring. The NXT locker room comes out on the stage to appreciate Booker T. Then Booker T gets back on the mic and says he wants to know what the hell is going on and somebody needs to take control, and he berates Robert Stone for letting that happen in his damn city after we go to break. Could we see Booker T potentially take over as general manager and leave the commentary booth? Who knows? Next up, we got Fallon Henley versus Wren Sinclair for the WWE Speed Women's Championship. This is Big Daddy C's, his second favorite title. That's right. Matter of fact, might as well go ahead and put it on up there. This is what they're fighting for right here. That Women's Speed Championship. Isn't that Bill Glorious, C? I know you're watching. All right. So Sinclair, this match was a tang 'em up brawl contest. It was very, very quick in its feel for a match, just because you understand that there is a time limit to this match. Wren Sinclair won this match by submission with the final wrench, becoming your new WWE Speed Women's Champion. Then after that, backstage, Ricky Saints and Ethan Page yell at Robert Stone about what Joe Hendry did earlier. Stone says it was uncalled for, and Page says, title or no title, Ricky is the face of this company, and Robert needs to do something about this havoc being wreaked and get Saints a match against Tony D'Angelo next week. Ricky fires back and says Ethan will have to be in his corner, and that's done. So that's that match there. Next up, we got Birthright versus Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders Tournament in the quarterfinal. Hank and Tank, to me, y'all, definitely I almost want to say they should be called up to the main roster, but with the way Triple H is treating the tag team titles, matter of fact, BT Dub, we may not get a tag team title match at WrestleMania at all. The Usos might not defend their tag team titles, and like I said, I mean, maybe Truth and Priest had to defend the SmackDown tag titles, or get a chance to fight for the SmackDown tag titles. But the tag title divisions on Raw and SmackDown are terrible right now, horrible. AEW is kicking their ass, especially with Edge and Christian coming back and going after the AEW World Tag Team titles. So again, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But Hank and Tank could give that either the WWE or the World Tag Team title chase some more legs. But we'll see what happens. Um, this match honestly was nothing to write home about. The birthright won by pinfall with the Oklahoma roll from Uriah Connors on Hank Walker. Then Joe Hendry demands a match against Tony D'Angelo next week, but Robert Stone informs him that Page and Saints got to him first, so Hendry vows one way or another to get Tony D in the end. Next up, Dark State are outside in the loading dock, beating the holy hell out of OTM. Then we go to break. After that, we come back, and Tatum Paxley is backstage getting a pep talk from Thea Hale. Tatum thanks her and says NXT needs more people like her, and then she leaves. Kelani Jordan then rolls up and tells Thea she needs to toughen up and be selfish to accomplish anything around here. And then out of nowhere, Miss Parker, that's right. Jada Parker rolls up and tells Jordan the only thing she's accomplished is getting knocked out by Lola Vice. And they bicker for a moment before Hale stands up and says she got knocked out, and next week she's going to top out. So after that, we see Fatal Influence backstage. Jacy Jayne is celebrating her win, and Fallon Henley is mad she didn't get any help defending her title. Lainey Reed says Wren Sinclair is only the temporary champion. They'll get her title back. And Henley laments that she has to win another tournament. JC tells her she's right. She's right to be upset, and they talk about how to achieve that goal. After that, Robert Stone is backstage chatting with Miles Bourne about Stand and Deliver and says he's going to set up a number one contenders gauntlet to determine who will challenge for him for the NXT Men's North American Championship, and that'll happen next week. After that, Birthright roll up, and Lexis King makes some noise about how they're going to get the tag titles and the North American Championship, and Stone better do the right thing. Then the Culling make their entrance. That sends us to break. Back from commercial break, Tatum Paxley makes her entrance, and Izzy Dame puts boots to her on the steel steps. Then, like I said, the match begins. This match, the steel cage match for the NXT Women's North American Championship, is under no escape rules and can only end in pinfall, submission, or no contest, because no contest is always a valid finish, right? These two absolutely went to war in this match. Paxley started things off with the strike, with the attack. She was going after her. She was a woman possessed in this match. Like I said, I like the fact that they did this cage match old school style. I don't know if anybody else listens to Jim Cornette, but one thing he always talks about is the fact that cage matches are meant to be fought out inside the ring to keep everybody else out. It never made sense why the cage was always trying to be escaped from. You put two people inside the cage to keep everybody else out and to give one person a fair shot. And I really like that the match had to be contested and won inside the cage. You could not escape the cage to win. Tatum Paxley does end up winning this match by pinfall with the cemetery drive, retaining the NXT Women's North American Championship. After she leaves the ring, she's heading up the ramp and she's celebrating. And out of nowhere, Blake Monroe opens a trap door and pulls her through it before holding that title up. And that made me say to myself, damn, when did Blake Monroe become the Undertaker? I thought he was the only one that knew how to do about the trap doors in these arenas. But I guess she knew about him too. Anyways, you could tell where they're headed with that. On Stand and Deliver, you're going to see Blake Monroe versus Tatum Paxley probably for the WWE North American Championship. So that's going to do it, folks. That was the show for this week. What was your highlight of the show? What was your favorite moment of the show? Make sure you guys comment below. Also, let me know what your thoughts are on NXT. And how things are going so far. We're getting ready for a Stand and Deliver in St. Louis. Shawn Michaels already announced that Sexy Red will be there. God help us all. But yeah, like I said, make sure that you guys like, share, and subscribe. I'm rating this show a solid B-. Like I said, it has some slow parts. The men's matches weren't that great. I'm tired of Izzy Dame and the rest of Fatal Influence. Like I said, but we'll see what happens. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure that you guys like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep those book and pencils sharp. Keep on booking.